go ahead and switch to the KWL right now, and then you can start. I first want you to take a look at the Promethean board and answer this question. What is the biggest fish in the sea? Please tell your neighbor what you think.
We allowed to type what we think. Colin! Stop!
Yeah, but they're not alive, so it can't be that.
Honey, I ain't typing. Why is it just a number 9?
Okay, let's share out a little bit. What did you think? Okay, megalodon. Is the megalodon a fish of today?
It actually exists, but they don't have any proof.
They don't have any proof yet. Not yet, but good. I know exactly where you're going.
No, that's a mammal. Yes.
This is a great question. Okay. Richard said the blue whale, and Tony's saying that's a mammal. Okay. If you think the blue whale is a mammal, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down.
Colin, why did I do?
Whales happen to be mammals. So technically, the whale is not a fish. Yeah, seriously.
Listen when I was writing, and then it did this. I don't know how to undo that.
It's okay. You'll have to wait.
Someone just wrote
Like my number's down there. Have you taken my number? Why are you
That was me. I wrote that.
Class?
Yes.
Local where?
Okay, can I have hands up very quickly? Okay. You guys are back.
JJ.
Joseph? JJ, hands off. Okay. No one should be typing right now, so let's wait. I'm going to ask you to go to the grade level drive and open up our folder. If you can go to grade, dab,
Colin.
science,
Colin, get rid of that. This is my spot. No one should be typing. Colin keeps on typing on my
He also
keeps on erasing mine. I'm trying to, but it keeps on erasing it. And I had it in 11. Oh my God! I am.
this is going to be the grade.
I already put my two there.
Science, grade, dab, science, and you're going to go to the loco file.
I found it. Local GIS.
Yes, loco GIS.
Local GIS.
GIS. Can you say loco GIS? Loco GIS? Loco GIS.
Local GIS. Local GIS.
Okay. You're going to fill out the anticipation guide when it opens. On page 2, it will look like this. You may highlight your answers. And if you open just a minute.
Where do you go? Science.
Science, dab, science. You have to open dab first. And then science.
What's a megalodon? Megalodon is
Prehistoric.
giant shark that lives in Jurassic World.
I don't remember.
Those like
Do they have a shape? Oh, yes, I should remember that.
that is a real shark. It's like Wait, where do you go?
I'm sorry, it's taking forever on the server. Please go to the second page of the file. And you're going to highlight on your anticipation guide, true or false. What do you think?
Wait, what does it mean by
Tony.
what does it mean by real sharks? Sorry.
that they are exactly the same, kind of like twins. But you can't tell them apart because they're exactly the same. Do you think that's true or not? And if you go to your second page. And you can guess on your own name too. You can find it. Good. You might want to use a color. Yes, it does. It's not a voting question. Can I go to the second page?
I get identical to what?
To each other.
To Megalodon?
No, to each other.
Whale sharks are identical to whale sharks. Wait, is that how you spell predators? Predators.
Yeah, it's spelled wrong.
I don't get what it means identical. It doesn't give very much explanation.
No, it doesn't. The sharks are all the same. All the sharks, do they look the same?
Well,
We tell them apart.
whale sharks are identical to whale sharks. That doesn't make sense.
I think it's false.
Because there is different kinds of whale sharks.
I'm going to give you just another minute if you haven't finished up. Go ahead and make your choice, true or false. Doesn't. Good. Jackson's like no, you're Class, class, class? Yes. Today, please don't change your anticipation guide. Today we're going to be learning about the whale shark. That is the biggest fish in the sea.
Yes. Told ya.
So we're going to start with the biggest fish. I'm going to ask you to go to your Office 365 page to the KWL, and you're going to put in all that you already know about sharks in general. If you know about the whale shark, you can write about that. But if you just know facts about sharks, I'm going to have you put those down. You're going to be able to see them up on the board and what other people are writing all at the same time.
Mama, they don't eat people. They eat on natural. I'm gonna swim with them.
Type in a 16.
People are writing so boring. Someone's reading my number. Wait, what the hell?
If you're shouting out, you should not be, right? People are learning how to use it.
Who's not?
Jose.
Jose, they feel blood.
I don't know. What do I already know?
They eat people.
What? I can't even type anymore. Guys, you're supposed to send. Guys, you're supposed to be writing on what? I know. Please.
It's okay, hit insert. Hit insert. Wherever you want to
How are there
insert.
2 10s?
Hit insert. No, you're not hitting insert, you're hitting delete or back.
What?
Insert.
Don't they keep writing things online? I know.
Okay, and then biggest.
Colin. It wasn't me. You just.
Okay.
Colin, yummy meat. I
Yes.
didn't mean to type it first.
So make sure you're on the
I'm just trying to type it.
class.
Yes.
guys know lots of facts about sharks, and we're already getting some questions. Okay. I have great whites are endangered. Number 2, waiting for you to finish that thought. Whale sharks are the biggest fish in the ocean. Good. Yes, just
Someone's changing my thing. Someone comes after me now. And fish is...
What? Ethan. Are you writing
don't get
things on
frustrated.
mine?
Why are you writing it in mine?
That's
Why
what
are
we do.
people writing in mine?
I know Ethan is writing on mine.
Sometimes technology doesn't always go well.
Why is mine?
What?
What?
When
Why
it
is
works
mine
well,
sharks?
it is good.
You deleted your thing.
That's what I said. What are you doing? Wait, where's my number? See, that's the annoying part. You keep deleting stuff. Camila, go on your number.
I'm not giving a good one.
That was me.
Joseph's here.
Thank you, Ethan, for helping me.
So that you weren't supposed to write in the middle yet.
What, Ethan? What am I supposed to write?
Don't erase anything.
Sorry, Richard.
Who's number 9?
It keeps on putting
That is interesting.
Oh my god. Wait, that was the right answer?
Oh, someone erased mine.
I don't know. Okay, I will erase it, Richard. Okay, what am I supposed to do? There you go. Whoa, oh my god. What's that? I can't tap on my number. That's my number. What?
Well, it changed, okay? Used to be mine.
Sarah.
How do you?
Are you Are you on number 11?
Great white shark.
No, I am
Maybe
not
this is
on.
Oh.
The number 4 is spaced out to the line. I can't write that. No, I can't say I don't know why.
I think I just wrote it right.
What the?
No, I'm not 11.
Where's my
All right. Class.
Yes. Hi, Ethan.
I'm sorry this didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I think what's happening is when somebody goes too long, it's getting into the next person.
Yeah.
So please don't be upset. I don't think anybody did it intentionally.
My number just.
How is 3 all the way down there?
Are we shouting? All right. So we have some good facts already. We have some good questions. If you didn't get a chance to do a question, you can write it on there now. Sharks eat meat and flesh. It says people predict that sharks eat people, but they don't really eat people. Okay? We are not their choice of prey. Yes, you can share with us.
When people are on surfboards, like surfing the ocean, sharks, like on the bottom, it looks so much like a seal. So they swim and they obviously bite your leg because they think that they're your prey. So that's why they eat people, because they think that they're seals. Because that's their. Well, I wish people actually a whole person's
One
body
at a
because
time,
sometimes they
one at
close
a time. Richard, did you want to add to that?
Sometimes they eat almost 50% of your body because sometimes they close their eyes so they don't really know.
Why are the numbers disappearing?
Their eyes scroll.
Guys, the second
One at a
one
time.
is what I wanted.
I'm going to stop you because you're not following the rules. I'm sorry, I'm stopping you now. I'm going to ask you to stop on your KWL. I want you to know that the whale shark is not a whale. They call it a whale because of its size. It is so, so big. Hands need to come off the computer set. Okay? Hands should not be typing right now. Good job. Scientists really don't know much about whale sharks at all, and that is part of the problem. They're not seen very frequently, and they have some ideas, but today, hands off the computer, right?
Okay.
Today we have a mission. Your SOL is to investigate and understand the characteristics of the ocean environment, the geological characteristics, the physical characteristics, and the ecological characteristics, which is where we're at today. Okay, we're going to be studying ocean life. You're going to use your knowledge of everything that we've learned to predict what migratory route the whale shark would take if it migrates. Scientists aren't even sure that it migrates. So hands off the computers right here. This computer.
Excuse me, Mrs. Dad.
Yes?
May I please have Jose for early dismissal, and he will be coming back?
Who did you ask for?
Jose.
Jose, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry you missed our mission.
Oh my god.
If they don't know that it's not great, why don't they just put it in the white someone?
That is an excellent question. Will you do that? You should really do that. Okay, if you're playing it too, I'm going to ask you to stop.
Class, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to help scientists solve the mystery of the whale shark migration. One of the mysteries there is about whale sharks is that no one knows how they migrate. Scientists have predicted that all whale sharks migrate to Australia, but they would like to collect some evidence to support their prediction. In order to do that, the scientists have asked the fifth graders in the county to do some research for them. They have identified a whale shark that is currently in the Gulf of Mexico. With other fish, scientists will place a temporary tag on them and then follow the route the fish takes. The whale shark has a very thick skin that is about 10 centimeters thick and is covered with something called dermal denticles that protect their skin and keep it free of parasites. However, it is fragile at the same time, and scientists do not want to risk an infection. They believe it is time for this shark to migrate, if it is going to do so. What they would like the students to do is some research on the oceans between the Gulf of Mexico and Australia, and the oceans that would take Loco back to the east coast of the United States.
Answer your question. Okay, Richard had a great question. Why don't they just put a tag on them, okay, and see what they do? What did they say? Yes, and even though I think I included at the bottom of your page, it's not sure how. Their skin is 10 centimeters thick, okay? If you look at your name tags, 10 centimeters is really thick for skin. Our skin is probably not even a centimeter thick. Probably about a quarter of a centimeter, okay? Very, very thin, yes.
Why do they want the whale shark to migrate from the United States?
Well, they don't want it to migrate. They're noticing that in the Gulf of Mexico, they see the whale shark. And then they're noticing as far as Australia, they see the whale shark also. So they're thinking that they migrate from one place to another, but they're not sure. Tell me.
Couldn't you like strap a camera on it? Or like strap it? Yeah, GoPro?
Like a GoPro around their girth? I don't know if they've even tried that.
Or like a GPS thing?
The fin, I could see where it might damage the skin. But that would be a wonderful idea. You guys.
How do they
run
get on
straight,
that?
yeah.
They do the tags with sharks. I've seen that happen.
Right.
No, like I was at the beach and I actually saw people like they caught a shark, and I actually got to feel it. It was really slimy and wet, but then they put a tag on it. I was like, in my head, I was like, what are you doing? That sharks are so.
They're
weird.
afraid to do that on the whale shark because their skin can get infected, or they're really susceptible.
Yeah, on the beach I caught one baby sand shark.
You did.
Baby sand shark, but we let it go.
That was a great thing to do.
How would it infect their skin if their skin is 10 centimeters long?
But if you get a abrasion or a cut, they can get like parasites, viruses. You need to go to the next page if you're on the mission page. Good job.
Your mission is
You will collect information about the ocean, including where the water is the warmest or most agreeable to the whale shark, and where its favorite food can be found, while investigating the geography of the ocean floor. Based on the information that is collected, you will create an itinerary that this whale shark, named Loco by scientists, might take to reach Nangalo Reef, Australia, and then return to the west coast of the United States. Scientists will look over the itineraries and explanations for why this might be the best choice for the whale shark, and then post boats with scientists along the route to see if they can track the movement of Loco. As always, if you do not complete your mission, or you or any member of your team is off task, you will be disavowed. Remember, the fate of the whale shark lies in your hands. Learn as much as you can about the whale shark, and then follow Agent Dab's instructions. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Oh God!
kaboom!
Onomatopoeia!
It might be a little longer than
Kaboom! Onomatopoeia!
Kaboom.
Five, 4, 3.
You will collect information about the ocean, including where the water is the warmest, or most
Yeah, that was a roar.
and where
it was a roar.
Now watch this. Richard, go to the next page. Wow.
you will collect information about the ocean, including where the water is the warmest or most agreeable to the whale shark, and where its favorite food.
Looks like it wants to piss.
So please follow along in the slideshow with me. The biggest fish in the ocean is the whale shark. And I want you to take a look at the mouth. The mouth is huge, and it's a filter fish. Even though it does have teeth, it doesn't use its teeth to eat. Okay. So what is it filtering? What do you think it's eating, Andrew? Algae. Small. Did you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Very, very good. You are remembering. Despite its, I can't see other.
Despite its name, the whale is a shark, not a whale.
Sorry. Despite its name, the whale shark is a shark, not a
Whale.
It was given this name because of its very large size, and it measures up to 12 meters long. That's about 40 feet. Hands should be off the computer. Okay, Mr. Jab is filming that, so please make sure you're following directions. Okay. So it's about 40 feet long, about the size of a bus, and each whale can weigh about 20 tons. It is huge. Okay. And the size of the whale shark compared to a bus, can you go to your next page and you should be on with that? You can't see it on my slide, but they show you a whale shark and a bus. They're very light. You should be on slide 10 right now. And then down below is a great white shark and a bus. You can see the whale shark is at least 5 times bigger than a great white. Yes,
Is the
just,
whale shark doing a dolphin pose?
I don't think there's any, I don't think there's any pose, I think that's how they just drew it. Yes.
Actually, I knew this from TV.
No, but those are 3 buses now.
Wow.
They are.
So if they were alive today, they would be bigger. Yes.
They are.
The whale sharks can be found in all tropical and warm temperature seas except the Mediterranean Sea. That's going to be important later on. It prefers warm water with surface temperatures around 21 to 30 degrees Celsius. That's about 69 to 86 degrees. Why do you think the whale shark likes these warm temperatures? Tell your neighbor quickly.
Yeah, I know he
Hey, we're on
I know he can't stop this, like, maybe he just like, he does prefer it, like, he might just prefer, warm water than whale shark cold water, because like, if they live cold water and snow storms, it freezes down too long to get out.
Let's get some of your ideas. What are some of your ideas? Yes, you are.
Because it's skin black, which means like skin, like if it's the color black, it's like into your tracks
Okay. It's gonna reflect,
on the heat.
okay, or absorb it. Which one?
Absorb.
Absorb all that heat, yes. Ah, and what does that have to do with the whale wanting to be there, the whale shark? For food. Gabriella, do you want to add to that?
Whale sharks, if they're like in a cold place or cold water, if they have like a lot of snowstorms and then like the water can freeze and then like he could be trapped in there and then like no food would be there and then like he would just like die down there and with no food, but then like in hot water, like in warm water, there's a lot of plankton and shrimp there, so you can really
Good thinking.
it's tropical fish.
JJ.
How deep would the whale shark go to find food?
Scientists don't know for sure. But most of what it eats is at the surface. That's where the scientists are seeing them. That's how we know they exist. Tony, you.
I'm going to say that they live at the surface.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a question. How do they see?
How do they see it? I don't. Their eyes are on either side of their head. Okay. He's just going through and keeping that mouth open and filtering all the water that it can. And we'll see that later. The whale shark is thought to be migratory, but there is no direct evidence to support this hypothesis. Okay. Can you, do you remember what migratory means?
Migration?
Migration is at the root. Migrate is the root. What does it mean though?
You would move to another thing?
On the, do you remember? You're right. What does migration mean? Can you say it a little louder? Good. Could you hear that on the other side? Can you say it a little louder?
Well, to travel to a different spot.
To travel. Are they going there just on vacation for fun?
No.
What are they doing?
They're moving to warmer waters.
Yes, but why do they want warmer waters? Anthony? For food? Okay. And a lot of times, go ahead and hand them.
And if they have to travel to different spots to like get to a country that's different.
Yes, yes. And sometimes they migrate to mate, okay, where they have more favorable conditions for their young. Each March and April, they're known to collect on the continental shelf of the central coast of Australia, particularly in the Ningala Reef. So this is the end point, we think, or scientists think, for their journey. A variety of plankton and larger free-swimming fish, basically prey, such as small crustaceans, schooling fish, and occasionally a tuna or squid. They do not use their tiny teeth in feeding. JJ, did you have a question? Whale sharks are very slow, and they move about 3 miles per hour. There we go. Predators of the whale shark include the great white, blue sharks, and great marlins, and orcas are killer whales. Whale sharks are generally considered, I just did that one. They're very slow, they move about 3 miles an hour, and they're generally considered to be harmless to humans. We are definitely not their prey. Now you have the same anticipation guide. I'd like you to go back through and revise or confirm your predictions. Okay. Colin? So, can you just look at yours?
There's one with the stab. And there's only one little shark has
I can accept that. Carcasses. The Monster Quest fan too? Yeah. Okay, I like the question mark. That'll work. That'll work. Never mind. Yes. Class? Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about the first one. Can you read that first one for me?
The megalodon is the largest fish in the ocean today.
Okay, stand up if you said true, sit down if you said false. Okay. A couple of truths, some false. Okay, and we have, go ahead and sit down, and we have some, I'm not sure. Why aren't you sure?
Because there's no proof that the megalodon is still alive. Yes.
Very good.
But there's not.
There is no scientific proof yet that the megalodon is alive today. You might see a YouTube video. Remember, can we believe everything we see? Yes.
No.
No. Class.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Can I have, TJ, can you read the second one?
Whale sharks are identical.
Good. Please stand up if you thought it was true. Or have you sitting down if it's false?
Wait, what's the next one?
You all, okay. You said that was true. Remember, their spots are like our fingerprints. Okay. Yes. Scientists can identify them based on their spots. Nikki, yes.
The whale shark is the biggest fish.
Good. Stand up for true, sit down for false.
There's still
Okay, hey, go ahead and take a seat.
I did this.
For what scientists know today, the whale shark is the biggest fish. Joseph. And the next one. Actually, Joseph, can you read that one?
Whale sharks migrate.
Okay. Can you stand up for true, sit down for false?
I have a maid. That's why I'm halfway.
Well, they say they said it.
Go ahead.
They do, but they like.
I circled the
Yes,
middle.
yes.
I circled the middle.
Okay. All right. Andrew, why did you circle the middle?
Well, it's because there is no scientific proof, and they're still trying to figure it out, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's exactly right. That's going to be your mission today. Good job. And let's do a lady. Isabella, can you be the next one? Okay. Stand up for true, sit down for false. The whale shark has no predators. That is definitely false. What are some of the predators that they have said? What else? Yes. Yes, and they forgot the biggest one, Danny. Blue shark. And there's still one more. They didn't maybe say it in the premiere. Colin.
Great Marlins.
Great marlins. One more. Probably the biggest threat. B. You said orcas. You're right. Something that maybe wasn't on the video. Richard. Sorry, Tony. Great white. They said JJ. If it existed, I'd say yes. It's not on the video.
I know it. I'm guessing it's a killer whale.
We still got like 20
I want you to think of the adjective activities we did. And when we talked about the environment, what might be the whale shark's biggest predator or danger? Can you tell your neighbor?
pollution.
Like, if you're
A big people.
Wild,
A big gigantic gas.
wild sea.
I'd say it's pollution. Yes, yes.
Okay. There's wild people. Tony. Parasites could be. Pollution could be.
What?
Yeah,
stole
Daniel, can you
mine.
say that a little louder?
Yeah.
People
Yeah, wild
that are
sea
going to
people.
cause that pollution.
Wild sea people.
Aww.
Then next.
Okay, Isabella, can you say that again?
Oil spills?
Oil spills, okay, are going to significantly impact the environment. And the last one, whale sharks are deadly to humans. Please stand up if you think that's true. Sit down. You're correct. They are not, we are typically not their prey. At times when divers are swimming with them, their tails are so huge that if they're accidentally hit by the tail, you could be hurt. But we are not their prey.
Yeah, we get hit, they're not going to kill us.
The first sighting of a whale shark was described in 1828 near Table Bay in South Africa. Can you go to your next slide so you can see the picture? I'm going to ask you to quickly read the fact sheet about the whale shark. Go ahead and highlight. You don't have to rewrite your notes. But I'm going to have you and your neighbor, shoulder partners, can read together if you'd like. Go to the next slide. You will need this in your quest. I'm going to just start with and you can make it bigger, you don't have to leave it that small today. Can you see that? I trust you to stand up. Do you want to? Can you look at your read the next two pages?
That's a lie.
Where's warm water with surface temperature about
'Cause oh, I just translated it so that we would have here. Yes, that's what that is.
This hypothesis.
There are 2 pages, so you can go to the next page.
Okay.
And there's 2 pages, so if you're finished, you can go to the second.
Oh, we don't have to.
Good, there's 2 pages, so you can go to the second. Okay, class must pass? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good job. Can you please go to the next page? I know some of you might not be finished. You can always go back. In this mission, you're going to determine the best migration route for a whale shark named Loco. Loco is a whale shark that will travel the oceans in an annual migration. He will start in Mexico and end up in Australia. Based on the information you received about the whale shark, you're going to determine the best route for him to take. You're going to use Google Earth to investigate the ocean currents, topography of the ocean floor, that's the shape of the ocean floor, chlorophyll maps that indicate the presence of photo and zooplankton. Chlorophyll, why would chlorophyll maps indicate plankton? What does chlorophyll do to plants? Anybody remember? It doesn't count them. 2J. Chlorophyll is what makes what plants do that we can't do possibly. Is yes, you're getting there, you're getting over here. Photosynthesis, making their own food. You're in the right path, yes. It does. So can you please go to Google Earth? We're going to skip the directions for logging in because you should be logging in. You're going to be asked to investigate the geographic features of the ocean floor, and you're going to visit specific locations. You will present your itinerary of the migration of the shark and your route. I'll be passing out your directions. If you get finished early, you can try to determine how long it would take the whale shark to get from the Gulf of Mexico to Australia, or choose one of the activities at the end. Even though there's a pamphlet on the next page, I'm going to hand you out what the science department came and gave us for you guys. These are the brochures on the whale shark. You're going to be following the directions in the booklet. Please open up Google Earth. You're going to click on places. Go ahead and start. No, you should be able to get to that one. Class. On the left, good job. On the left-hand side, I'll wait. On the left-hand side in your menu, Mr. Kaufnell, Mr. Raines, and I all downloaded the logo file. So you need to click on the file under My Places that says loco. And you should have a dialog box that pops up. Did you have enough to do? Okay.
There's the room.
Yes. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. You should have. Yes. Under number 1 it says, look at the light blue rim around the continent. This is the continental shelf that you've been studying about. It asks which coast of North America has the larger continental shelf. They mean the east coast or the west coast. Can you stop? Can you stop? If you look around the coast, you're still going to have to answer the questions and look at answers.
I can.
Oh yeah, you can.
How?
You have to look at answers. If you get closer, you're going to write down answers.
Can I use my computer? That's the longest logo. How logo was that?
So for number 1, what did you find?
Guys, you can see him.
Class? Okay. The very first question asks. The very first question asks about the continental shelf.
What?
Please open your booklet to number 1. It says, look at the light blue rim around the continents. This is the continental shelf that you've been learning about. Which coast of North America has the larger continental shelf? The east coast or the west coast? So when you look at the Earth, the light blue area around the continent, North America, is the continental shelf. Daniel.
He doesn't know this.
Can anybody answer that question? Thank you, Aiden.
The East Coast is the largest continent.
Yes, the East Coast, so please write that down. Why do you think that might be important? Why is that important to Loco? Did you?
Crazy the whale shark.
Yeah.
Okay, so ours will have the light verse.
There you go.
It's about it's way right.
So why would the continental shelf be important or have anything to do with the migration of the whale shark? Are you with me?
I feel
Class, I'm going to ask you to stop coming for a minute. Now, on the left-hand side, I'm going to have you open the sea surface temperature map. The sea surface temperature map. It's going to be on the left-hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one down. You're going to click on the sea surface temperature map. Ethan, can you do the paper map? So it's going to show you the temperature.
I need to turn it back to what it was. So I don't know what is that.
You don't know what as far as temperature?
Okay, what's medium?
What's the temperature of what you say? What water temperature in Celsius does loco like to be? Thank you. Remember, in your notes, you're going to have to go scroll down. First close up before.
I know I just read it's closer to the equator.
If you close the tour box down below, you'll be able to see the key. But remember, we talked about, or the slideshow talked about, what temperature did loco like? Anybody remember? Fiji, remember?
Oh, you're supposed to read it. It's over here. Surface, sea surface.
Good.
Wait, I know one of these red. There's one red in the middle.
Class.
Yes.
I want to be sure that you heard Richard. Richard, can you say that again?
I know why it's red in the middle. The equator.
Because of the equator. What does the equator do?
It's hot.
That is going to be our zone where the sun is the strongest. Okay. So please write that down.
So 24 degrees Celsius.
Better writing in pieces.
Yeah.
So you're going to go in number 3 because we're going to do So you're going to look at this map. From here, you're going to color where the orange is. You can class. It says use light orange. The reason being, we're going to put the currents in red. So if you can use a light orange to color in Loco's favorite water temperature zone on your global map.
Water.
So you're going to color that in a light orange. Yes. orange color is where on the global map will you find light orange? Are you going to color up here by box? Wait, is that light orange? No. You have to close it very That's the light orange. And then you're going to have to close that one.
Well, I am sorry. That means it's in the Is that the only place? Well, what about where? I thought middle. I thought where he was it before. Well, it's not grayish. I don't know.
Look where loco is now. This is the Gulf of Mexico, right here, right? Is that where it's orange now? Well, you said it was super orange. A light orange. Just take your one of the other ones. TJ, are you going to lose everything?
I don't think so.
Is that the only spot on the map where it's
Yes.
Once you have your orange zone on your map, you're going to close this, the sea surface temperature map. Please close that before you open anything else. Okay. At the bottom of your booklet, in red, it says close the sea surface temperature map before you move on. Then you're going to open the currents map. Once you've closed the temperature map, you can open the currents map. All you have to do, where it's highlighted, you just click it.
Whoa.
There you go. And then you're going to go to the currents map. Did you get it?
Yes. No, I don't need it.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, please locate and list the names of the warm water currents that Loco may use for his migration to Ningalo Reef. Is Loco going to use cold water currents? No. What color are the warm water currents in?
Red.
Red. Think of red hot. And you're going to draw on your map where these currents are that Loco might use. So if Loco is starting out here, what might he use to get through the Atlantic? Mickey. Is that up to Atlantic? I think so. What number are you looking? There. Okay.
Right here.
So start with the Gulf Stream, and you're going to draw on your map the currents that might take him. Is he going to follow the warm water current? Are you at number 4? So we're going to figure out where those currents go. So we can figure out now, we're going to turn off the sea temperature. Turn off the sea temperature for healthy. And click on currents. When you click the triangle, click the triangle and you current to 86 degrees. I'm going to switch it south. Take off mid-current and deep current. Go back into that. No, leave surface current. Take off and then you use the white. We want the warm current. So those, you're going to write here, locate and list the names of warm water currents that Loco may use for his migration to the Gulf Reef. And so, and then where is he at now? Okay, so what do you think the first
What do you think the first current is that you might use to get over from here to here? What's one name? What is the current?
It's gonna be the north.
He's going to swim in the direction of the current.
So it's gonna go here all the way to there and then go out and then swim all the way to here, go out and then go back here, go all the way over there.
Your assignment is to locate and lift the name of the warm water current. So can you start writing the warm water current?
Like
Because you've got the
So write that out.
This is just a
That's the only warm water that local life. There's no one area anywhere else on the shore.
I would do all the water Class.
yes.
Anthony had a couple of great questions. He asked, what are the blue currents?
Gold currents. And the white ones?
The dark blue.
Dark blue where? Oh, that's super cold currents.
Well, I believe the white ones are going to be the super cold from the north because they originate from the north. And then the red currents are, of course, the warm. And I think the dark blue are going to be a little bit of a mix. Okay? So they're not going to be cold and they're not going to be hot. Yes. Now, if you look at the warm currents coming by the Gulf, you're going to say, oh, there's a gap. Well, that's only in the drawing. That's not going to be in the real current. There shouldn't be a gap. You might have some water mixing with it at times, but the flow is going to be circular in that area. So don't think because there's a gap there that the whale shark couldn't get through there, because the warm waters are going to flow. That just shows the direction that they're moving.
Yeah.
I don't, that's not.
If you are finished, please answer the bonus question. Oh, did you have them all on there? Just the warm ones. So you've got this, because you've got to get local from here all the way to here. So you're going to have enough warm water currents. And you're going to map in your warm water currents. Locate and then throw is the name for the warm water. Put in your warm water currents. That's what happened to me. This is the old one. It's when you've got to plug in the new one at the end of that. Did you shut that one? Okay, I would just plug it in and open that. Mr. Rains didn't put it on the other computer. And then number 6 is dark red. You have your it's all right. I took your home. Okay, so you've got the you missed the back here.
Mine exactly.
It's important that you're putting in all the warm water currents, not just the ones near the U.S., but Loco's got to make it all the way from the Gulf of Mexico all the way over to the coast of Australia.
Well, you can go the other way.
He could.
West. You can
Okay.
go west.
Is he gonna encounter warmer waters that way?
Well, there are some spots, but most of them are cold.
But if he could somehow hop along here, he's almost there. So make sure you've got all the currents on your map all the way over to Australia. After you have your currents down, you need to close the current map. So you're going to click again and turn off the current map. You can do that for us. Next, if under food, you're going to open the chlorophyll map. Okay. Remember, chlorophyll is important for photosynthesis and is going to indicate phytoplankton. And you're going to click on the chlorophyll map. Take a look at your key. The purplish red is the least amount of chlorophyll, and you've got the reddish orange going to be the highest levels of chlorophyll. Actually, I think that's red. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Gulf of Mexico. So did you find the Gulf of Mexico?
Right next to well, I think I have a path. All dark. He doesn't have
Okay, I had to come in quite a ways to show the colors. Here's Loco out in the middle of the Gulf. Where are my highest concentrations of chlorophyll? Yes. Who can repeat that? Because that was really, really important. Did you hear what Ghetto. So important. So most of Loco's food source is going to be near the shore. Do you think the largest fish in the sea needs lots of food?
Yes.
So please mark on your maps along the route where the highest concentrations of chlorophyll is. We're looking for the red and the orange. If you look at the opposite side, and one of the videos that I have is from, I believe, this area of the Yucatan. We have a high concentration in this area too. And then let's take a look around the coast. Please don't put the chlorophyll for just the United States. You're going to need it for the entire world to see what the route might be. In Africa, I see some really high concentrations. It might be do you see that?
Yeah, that's what
Huge blooms of chlorophyll. Do you see that?
But here's a bigger one.
Oh, wow. Color it orange.
Here's north of
Do you think Loco can get to the Great Lakes? 5 remaining. What's the power saving rate? Saving the power right now. Oh, wow. Is that natural? Oh, right. I wonder why he wants to go to Australia. What? I gave her whatever. What? Wait, what? I wasn't here this time.
Yeah, same size as you. Yep, you got it actually upside down though. So if you just double click on that, it should turn it on.
Click on that.
No, just double click on the edge. Double click on the edge. Double click on the edge. There you go. Okay, what's next? Did you find a high level?
Yes.
So a huge view. How do you think that would help locust migration?
They're going north.
I think that's the, I see it. Okay, I see where you're at. That's the number, I think we got on the map. Right there, it's right there. Do you think that's where loco's gonna go? Do you think it's gonna go up to the, is that the Dead Sea?
No, he can come up here and go like this.
Baltic Sea, do you think he's gonna go up into the Baltic Sea? Did he do it, is that on his way to where he's going? Do you think he'll go that far out of his way? What's Is that a warm water area that you like? No. Put all your shirts.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Use green.
Reminds me of Florida.
All the areas you can find. Where's the high levels of You're in all the places? So do you think loco would
Oh no, it's going down right.
No, why not? Exactly. That's fine, that's fine. You should do all the areas where there's a high concentration of
The same thing happened.
So why would that be important? Why is the continental shelf important? Joseph, what do you think?
Surface water, which is very warm.
Sarah, did you want to add to that?
Well, that's where it's on the continental shelf, because I remember you saying that this was supposed to show in the continental shelf, basically is
That's exactly right. So you're going to note that. Okay, keep a mental note of that. Number 2, it says use light blue to color in all the continental shelves on your global map. So in your booklet, I'd like you to take and color in all the continental shelves along each continent. Okay. So you're going to have to move around the earth to do that. And you're going to color these. Can you bring up the... Here's part of it. So there's Florida, Louisiana, so on yours, where is that continental shelf? It's the light blue area. Where you no, right here. You're in the continent. Yeah. So let's look at the map. Can you zoom that out more so we can see more of the world? Right now? Okay, so there's North America. So, where on North America, that's even light blue edging. Is there more on the west coast or the east coast? Okay, so let's draw your continental. we're gonna get a lighter tempo, so it's gonna go pretty. Well, where would you, what would you do if you didn't have a lighter? Do you have a crayon? Can you see the continental shelf here? Can you borrow one from the back? Do you have a box of extra supplies? You can get a lot of food over here. You know, this much well, if you use stuff, where are they? There, use that color lighter. But you don't have a lighter, so you gotta use what you have. Use that, then go over it with white if you want. Oh, William, have a question? So is this the only place where we have a continental shelf? Then so you get the whole, where's South America?
See how it comes out quite a bit right here? And then it doesn't come.
Oh, there you go.
So where's most of the bit of continental shelf there, then you would go take one of the Gulf of Mexico.
Doing okay?
Good what?
Continental shelf. Blue. This half.
Yay.
What's the color? Okay. The continental shelf.
Alright, so we have to do each one.
Okay. Can I borrow yours for a second? The continental shelf. If you have clouds covering your earth, you have to uncheck any layers that you checked. Or the east coast, when you go to North America. On the east coast, every part of the earth.
No, like, how do I move locally? You're not gonna move locally. Oh, there is a
Yeah, but your first job is to, which along with this, of each continent, because he's gonna get from here to here. You got everything here. You're gonna need, sorry. Did you do the whole, you wanna do all the continents? If you're waiting, if you're already finished, you can do the bonus, name another continent that has a wider continental shelf than on one side than the other. Okay, what's your question? That's the bonus. Yes, it is. It is confusing. Exactly. Where do you think that land first came from? It is. Connecting Egypt to the United States and making Okay. Once you have all the information, you're going to review it on your map, and then you're going to go back to the flip chart, and I have made a world map for you to put the route of loco. Okay. So you've got the world map here, and all you have to do is drag and drop where you think the route would be. Okay. Okay, just like the map that you have in your brochure. You're going to be marking, I'll wait. You're going to be marking where you think loco would migrate. Is loco going to go, south of South America and around and head to Australia through the Pacific Ocean? Okay. Which route do you think Loco's going to take? Is Loco going to come up and ride the warm currents around? Okay, I don't want to give you too many ideas. What do you think? You know Loco needs warm waters. You know Loco needs food, phytoplankton, and zooplankton. So is Loco going to be out in the middle of the ocean with no food source? No. Or does he have to stick close to the continental shelf? So these are all things you're going to look at. Everything that you've learned about oceans, you're going to use to see where Loco would migrate. What route Loco would use. Please mark it on your pamphlet as well as in the flip chart.
Is he following the current?
Yes. Good. Now you have an outlet open. So
the current going this way right now when the continental South America? Is that how the current went? No. Where did you draw your current? I don't see any direction of the current.
Now, going across this area. Where is he going to come up and get here? Does that make a lot of sense? And then you're going to save that. You're going to save it in your file. And then you're going to choose one of the extension. Now you've got him coming up from here, all the way through here, so this will be a continental shelf and you go from there. Remember, he's a slow swimmer. There's no right or wrong, but I'm just saying, would he tend to stay more towards the yes. Where there's not here. So is there one here? They are seen in India. Did you still have that we have those So what are you doing? Yes, so now you have to this one's you. So now you're going to go to did you put in his that's all we can do because scientists don't know for sure. So now you're going to the you say God. You can just drag for sure. You have to indicate the route on this map too.
I did.
Where? I don't see them.
Those are the arrows. Okay, this, you have it like he's going to Canada. Here, I don't see it going to Canada. What does that arrow mean?
Well, I mean, like,
You might have to erase it.
however you think he's going, and then that's his route.
His route is like, he's going.
If you don't tell him,
Do you think pink is gonna show up on? No.
yes. You can use your pencil. And then
Green.
you write in your bowl. Yes, it will. So,
Because if she goes with the coworkers, then
You can change the wording around.
any questions, Jan? Okay, you're looking at the water current? Oh, highest concentration.
So you're gonna start in the Gulf of Mexico and go south to
So can you show me this route and start with the Gulf of Mexico? Okay, and which way is it? You're moving your map, which is so you
But
think
there's a
look
lot
up
of
in the
countries
upper
in between,
area,
so you can go to South America.
the Arctic Circle? Is that the water? Is that the water?
And east all the way up to, yes, and you might have more than what you need.
So do you think it's going to be way up
And then
there?
you just write acidification in water. Pass.
Yes.
A lot of you are already on the writing portion. So whatever route you chose, and there is no answer to this. Scientists don't know. You're gonna tell me how you started from the Gulf of Mexico, and you're gonna put whether you traveled north or south. I could say we traveled south to South America, and then we traveled east to Africa, down the southern coast, and then you're gonna tell me why. Why did you choose that route? What things did you know that the whale shark needs that you chose the route that you did? So you're justifying your route on this page. Then I'm gonna have you share. So be ready to share your ideas.
Well, I would use maybe
You're going to write the route.
it's not going to be in the middle of the ocean, right? So you won't be able to mix it up with the current.
But he's gonna get all the way from here to Australia. So you're gonna have to add that. Would be, so you'd say, okay, from the Gulf of Mexico, the whale shark traveled north to Canada, and then traveled across the Atlantic to, or followed the Gulf Stream to Africa, and then Europe.
Start in the Gulf of Mexico, is where Loco's at, right? Right there. The whale shark traveled, did it travel north, south?
Do you have that out yet? And then you can put the active exposure filter.
So do you have it all the way to Nagalo Bay? What bay is he going to?
Nigaloo.
Bigaloo?
I said Nigaloo.
Bigaloo, okay.
Yes, you can tell me which direction or country that you're going to.
It's orangish reddish.
So, so I think you go to the next. So, we started using your map right here, so you transferred it all to here. Starting in the Gulf of Mexico. The whale sharks travel, they travel north, south, east, or west?
North, south.
Did you pull out? Yes. Can you go to your flip chart, please? It literally goes in. It goes from one place to order to Tell me the map that you
Okay,
traveled. Did you draw that on this map? You want to indicate that on this map. So maybe with another color like green, like this green. You don't have to do anything other than yeah. And then you're going to go to the next page to describe the travel. So, starting at the Gulf of Mexico, the whale sharks travel all directions. All directions. Yes. Okay. Why don't you just use I just
because that would take Australia, or that would this would be starting, this would also be the state.
the whale sharks travel all to no. Which direction?
But then you
riding south. When I look at this, the only thing that I see is it looks small to us, but does this sound a big
that's cold travel.
Because look, so what might he have to do?
All the way around when you get to the right,
Or travel where there's food.
that way. But if you want to
No, this was all fine. It's just that little stretch across. Can he take that short across? What does he got?
maybe go that.
Oh, maybe let's retrieve it south of Mexico? No. So what is Australia? Is this Australia? No. South America. Okay, so do you want to write towards South America? Yes, and then your justification. I might have given you, did you get to Australia? You can erase that, but I need your justification. Oh, wouldn't you? Yeah, I'd like to be able to figure out it. You can erase that. That is, but it's to me why. Your phone, it's your phone, your phone. Go with phone. Tell me what justification you have to
Wait, hold on. I did travel. What does this was called?
Okay, let's cross the, you can do that on this page. It's already so do it up your foot. Okay, so do the next one. That's correct. You're correct. Okay, so you can fill it out there. From South America. And you can do yours on there. And then on the next page, you're going to just explain your route. So we started from the Gulf of Mexico, traveled north towards, and then where did you go each step? So you're saying you started in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, that's the current that you said?
coast of North America.
They travel to record what? Honey, I can't help you. Not, so you're not listening to what I'm trying to say.
I would say they travel this route. I believe they'll travel this route. Are they
I made my final destination. Well, that's the direction to South America.
And they have to travel this
Where's your trash can up there?
Okay, class. Yes. Is there anybody that's ready to share before we go to recess and lunch?
What? Are you done yet? Can you save it to the grade level, Joe? Or you're not done with the writing part, justification? Are you almost done? You're done. You have to give your justification. Can you save it to Andrew, are you almost done?
What about your route? You know, put in your route that you're gonna take, you gotta do that. Don't worry about the money. Just first type your information, and then you go back to the You didn't write any?
What you did there, though, can we say
And then we look this on
Thank you for raising your hand. Wow. Is this okay? If you go travel this route to South and
starting in the Gulf
you're going to have to draw the route that you want them to travel.
I think
And make sure that you tell why. Why that route?
That's because
Richard, can I send you up there?
type south. You'll travel south.
So I'll have you go up there.
For where? Sorry, South America.
I thought we put this up on the screen. Can you grab your computer and look at your justifications? Okay, class.
Yes.
Please stop for just a minute. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Richard's going to present his route and his justification. Please, I want you hands off the computers for just a minute. Let's be good listeners. Go ahead and tell us about your route.
I use this route because there's a huge food source right here, and there's a couple spots along the line where there's a warm current and it never touches a cold current.
Is there any other factor that you took into consideration?
So basically, for here is a warm source, so I hit here instead of going from there.
Did you consider the continental coast of the continental shelf as you went around?
Yes, right here.
And what about going through the Pacific?
Pacific actually went through
Oh, I'm sorry, you went through the
Arctic.
Arctic Ocean. So did you follow the line of the continent there? Very nice. But there, I think there is a warm current.
How do you zoom
Do you have any questions for Richard? Let's give him a hand. 10-finger rule.
Just do woo.
Okay, class. I owe you some extra recess, so we need to stop. Can I have you leave your computers open and line up quickly and quietly? Okay, Sarah. Can you tell us about your route?